times we really don't understand ourselves, and we have to get to know ourselves, even if technically we have to know ourselves. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And where do we go to find out who we are?
It's more we interact with others, the
right.
better we can start now.
Right.
That's
but also, I think, sorry?
That's beautiful.
Yeah. But I think that at this point also, I would say that the teaching stories, the cultural teaching stories, are definitely part of that, and that's where the whole biblical piece comes in, because they teach us to think symbolically and to think in a collective way. Because we're talking about, you know, the ancient Israelites, we're talking about the early Christians. These were communities. These were communities, and the Bible was the glue that gave survival lessons, and that talked about how to organize society. That talked about, you know, all these different ways of positioning yourself in the early world as someone who's part of a society, someone who's part of a group identity, a linguistic identity, but who's also trying to figure out the cosmological lessons that are to be learned at the same time. So I would disagree with Jake. I would say that you know, it's still extremely relevant. The Bible and all of the early wisdom texts are extremely relevant for humanity today.
This is another example, but it's not to do with the Bible. I'm ethnically Chinese.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, can I just interrupt for a moment? I just wanted to point out, Renia, that I had asked Jake to do a steel man argument on.
What does steel man mean? Is that like a devil's advocate?
Yeah. So a straw man argument is when you characterize your opponent's position, or you basically you take the weakest part of your opponent's position and kind of attack the weakest part of their argument and kind of characterize that as everything that they're trying to say, right? So it's a kind of it's a poor way of discussing. When you create a steel man argument, that means you're trying to take your opponent's position and and find the best points of his argument to attack or to explore. It's a much more enlightened way of discussing. But let me welcome our good friend Chuck, joining us from Birmingham, Alabama. I don't even know how to do an accent from Birmingham, Alabama. This is how a Torontonian would do an accent. How you doing, Chuck?
Doing well.
I imagine you don't think much of the Bible, so would you like to pretend like you do? Can you give us? Can you give a steel man argument about the importance of the Bible?
Yeah, I would actually say that it's interesting that the idea is propagated that the Bible is structured as cultural stories where it becomes a little difficult to take that position when reading books like Leviticus and Numbers. Have any of you ever read Numbers and Leviticus?
I've been in discussion groups about it.
So, like, almost the entirety of the book of Numbers is numbering the people within the tribes, naming tribal leaders, and establishing a. There's not any degree of real clear narrative within it. Same thing also with the book of Leviticus. Leviticus is structured very much like a law book, and in that this is the punishment, this is the crime, this is the punishment. This is how you absolve yourself from the punishment of crime. The details of what the priest should wear. This is how often they should go into the temple. This is what the temple should look like. How measure the exact measurement. Outer chamber, inner chamber, courtyard. All measurements laid out for and I would say that there's a uniqueness as well in that almost all of the stories throughout all different cultures, stories always a hero, a character of I guess like the best of us, and they are the moral ideals that we're to look to. The Old Testament stories, fuck that, are the stories of failure of the people of Israel. Here's King David. His best friend's wife and happened to murder. Here's Abraham. Abraham lied about the identity of his wife and called his wife his and see a recurring theme throughout the entirety of the Old Testament that no matter how good you are not good. So, not only are there elements that don't fit that framework, even the literary structure of the Old Testament is very much a short narrative, not a narrative. Stories that can't get us God. The literary structure itself is different in ancient people of Israel. And even today, part of Orthodox Jews believe that the narrative is historic narrative and not a symbolic narrative.
I would have to support that. I've been to study groups at school. I have a lot of Jewish friends in Toronto because of my interest in literature and things to do with religion. I have to go to a lot of different places of worship and talk to people about the belief systems and so forth. And all sorts. Oh yeah, I stay with them in their houses when I'm in Toronto, so I live with full immersion. So it's really interesting because you make spaces, but I don't think you can actually talk about anything that has to do with language and narrative and so forth as not being symbolic, because language in itself is a symbol system. It's not the actuality. It's not the lived reality. It's a way of gesturing towards the lived reality. So when I'm engaged with any group that's involved in biblical exegesis, that is really part of it. It's like, how do we make this relevant? What was being talked about back then, which was being experienced in a very different way, but a record was left for us to learn from, to serve the purpose of continuity in terms of human evolution. Okay, so how do we make that relevant for ourselves? Like, where do we find the things in this that Anna can then talk to her children about, so that they become better human beings, right?
I would like to add, may I add stuff?
Yeah.
Yes. I used to not to like the Bible very, very much. And I found a lot of things that are extremely susceptible, even horrors about it. But as I study, I have this, I joined the Bible study in 2000. I have this American missionary, been in for a while, like, almost very, but this was like, and I used to ask them a lot of questions, ways of a dating a while ago, and his answer he was, I really can't answer your question, but I don't think, but I know who can, and deciding and making the Bible for yourself and search for answers. So I did at first 5 minutes. That's what I was not interested at all. But I found a Bible with a lot of historical background, not only the plain text. And I read that first. And my interest came. And I finally found myself devouring it. Because I found the answers were not immediate. A lot of the questions I have, the answers were not immediate. But I found out a lot of my objections. It's just that I didn't know enough about it. So I still have a long list of questions to get an answer. But right now, I'm maybe humble enough to admit that I don't know enough. Like J.P. would say, there is a long list of things that he does not understand. I love that about it. I am him having read, I read very little books in my life, and he has read about a day or something. So, and he still says he has, there is so many things that he doesn't know. So, ignorance of anything does not mean that that we are objecting to is wrong. It is that I don't know enough. So I learned to test my judgment. I learned to do it first. I learned to study. Like for example, if I'm reading the Bible in English, the Bible was not written in English. So it's really hard to understand something that is just translated. Like there are many Chinese words or Tagalog words that cannot be translated. It's difficult to translate in English.
Mm-hmm.
How do you understand exactly the meaning of what was being said if you don't know the background,
Exactly.
the author, the audience, and so many things about it? Because because we are looking at it from our present context.
Right.
But it was not within in our present context.
Exactly. And it's
I
been,
think that helps.
yeah, no, it's a very good point. I wanted to try and share a video, and I just want you guys to tell me if the audio is okay. So let's try this.
We're going to be watching the video?
Yes.
Mm.
Can you see why bother with the Bible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Why bother with this strange old book at all? And that's a good question. You know, it's a contradictory document together over thousands of years. It's outlasted kingdoms. You know, it's really interesting. It turns out that a book is stone. It's more durable than a castle and empire. And that's really interesting, you know, that something in some sense so evanescent and be so long living. So there's that. That's kind of a mystery. I'm approaching this whole scenario, this biblical stories, as if they're a mystery fundamentally, because they are. There's a lot we don't understand about them. We don't understand how they came about.
All right. How was the audio on that?
Not too bad, but his movements were really choppy. And
okay.
I mean, it wasn't the greatest, that's for sure.
And that may be.
I can barely hear it.
I would say the message was conveyed adequately.
Okay.
Leroy, I cannot hear it. I can barely hear it.
The video?
The
I
volume was
cannot
kind of low.
hear the audio. The audio.
Oh, you can hear the audio. Okay.
I can see it, but I cannot understand it.
Right. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
My volume is in maximum.
All right. Give me 1 second here. Oh, there you go. Oh my